In this video, I'm going to show you what you need to do when students are sitting the proficiency test. Now simply go back to where we started with, which was assessments. And as you can see here, this is the particular proficiency test that I had set for students. Now what I'm going to do is click on details. As you can see, a full breakdown of all the details for students here. This is the code down here that you need to give students for them to begin. If we go over here and click on monitor, you'll also see the code pop up here in the top right hand corner. Now it's from this page where you're able to see live whether students are not in full screen mode, they're not focused on their window, whether they have a bad internet connection, if they're not in their assessment at all, or even if they've changed their computer clock. You'll also see that Tim Vaughan is now online, but you'll also see any students that are currently offline. From a student's perspective, they simply need to log in via the Education Perfect iPad app or the Android app, or if they're on a computer, simply go to educationperfect.com and log in using the username and password that we've provided them with. Over on the left-hand side, they'll see under Assessments the particular test that you've set for them. Now there's two things that a student needs to do. Firstly, they need to be in full screen mode. This is a security function that we've built into the program which allows you to monitor what students are doing during the test. So firstly, click on full screen. Secondly, they need to enter the access code which you have given them. Now many teachers will write this up on the whiteboard so that all students get the code at the same time. Then they click on Start Assessment. Alright, and here we go. So over on the left hand side I can see all the questions that are going to feature in the test. I can see the question that I'm currently being asked in front of me. The student needs to simply click on the answer and then click on Next or Enter, and they'll go over to the next question. Up in the top right hand corner I can see the amount of time I currently have remaining. That's the countdown timer. I can also flag questions for later so that I can come back to them. Now if I do go to the top of my screen and try and go out of full screen mode, I can see this warning message pops up. It tells me that I've moved my mouse off the page and then I need to click on Continue to keep going with the test. Alright, if I keep going, I'll click on the different questions. I'll work my way through here. I'm not going to get these correct, but I do need to complete roughly a third of the test before the Submit Assessment button will pop up. When you're ready, click on Submit Assessment. Now you'll see that I've flagged one question, so I'd like to review that question before I go back and submit my assessment. I'll have another look at it and then I'll unflag and click on Submit Assessment and Submit. Now you've seen what it looks like from a teacher's perspective and a student's perspective. As you can see here, Tim Vaughan has completed his assessment. He did move his mouse off the page for around 8 seconds, but he's also submitted his assessment here. Now I'm about to go through and look at the analysis, not just for Tim, but for the entire class that have completed the assessment. I'll cover that in the next video. If you do have any questions at all about how this process works, please don't hesitate to get in touch with any of our team.